How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. You know, uh, people have asked me, what other stuff am I into besides video games, So I thought I'd make a video about that. Well, besides video games, I like heavy metal music. You know, I support Manchester United. Um, I I like collecting figures like 12 9 and Robocop and stuff. And I also support Dublin. And see the Dubs. All Ireland champions. In Gaelic. That's football league. Great stuff. So yeah, I'm into all sorts of things. Uh, um, but my number one hobby is video games. Always has been. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm into heavy metal music. Um, uh, Big time. My favourite band of all time is Motorhead. Uh, a famous song they do is Ace of Spades. But Lemmy, he was the main man at Motorhead. He passed away, so Motorhead are finished. Because Lemmy formed Motorhead. Without him, there's no point in going on. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. If they got somebody else, it just wouldn't be the same. Uh, Motorhead is the band that got me into music. Ace of Spades. When I heard that song for the first time, we became interested in music. Uh, but particularly heavy metal. I don't like pop. I don't like any other sort of music. I love heavy metal. So Motorhead was the first band that got me interested, and from there I started listening to other bands, Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, all the greats, Black Sabbath, you name it, um, uh, like Slayer, all these bands that I'm mentioning are some of my favourite bands, and like, if anyone out there is interested, would highly recommend listening to these bands, because in my opinion they're awesome bands, and they define the genre heavy metal in my opinion. And I've seen all these bands live except for Pantera. Like Lemmy and Motorhead. Dimebag Darrell was the main guitarist of Pantera, and without him, there's not much point in going on. That's just the way it is, Um, yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I'd really recommend checking them bands out. Yeah. Now yeah, I've been to a lot of gigs, in my time. I've been to about, let's say, over 20 gigs. I've seen Motorhead live 7 times. I've seen Iron Maiden live 6 times. Iron Maiden, my favourite album is the Number of the Beast. I think that's Iron Maiden's best album. It's the album that really got them recognised worldwide. Iron Maiden, the Number of the Beast. That's when Bruce Dickinson joined the band, and he was the main vocalist and the main man, the front man of Iron Maiden. So yeah, when they got him on board, that really got Iron Maiden cemented as not only a pioneer in heavy metal music, but the best, in my opinion. Um, um, Metallica are awesome as well. I love Metallica. We've never seen Metallica live. Unfortunately, I missed out. We just chose Iron Maiden over Metallica, but It suited me at the time to see Iron Maiden because like it was just bad timing with Metallica. It was either too young or I just missed out, unfortunately, but if Metallica come back to Dublin, I'll go and see them, Um, so yeah, that's it. Like, I've seen AC/DC live twice. They're awesome, but um, Malcolm Young passed away, and he's, in my opinion, the heart and soul of AC/DC. And without him, there's no point in going on, and Brian Johnson was the vocalist. He went deaf, and they sacked him. So I think that's pretty much AC/DC finished. It's unfortunate, when um, it's just these people that passed away are just iconic members of the band, and they just can't be replaced. In my opinion, it's just no point in going on, but that's my opinion. I'm sure there's people out there that would love AC/DC and Motorhead and to keep going and Pantera, but they're the heart and soul of the band, and just can't be replaced. It's not as easy to replace people like that in a band. It's not like a video game company or something like that. Now Atari, like, people say the same thing about Atari. Like, Atari are dead. So like, in the same way, Motorhead is dead. But see that there it is. When we grew up, when Atari was around and on top of the world in video games, and I've seen them go down. I've seen them fucking go bankrupt, and now they're back with the Atari VCS, and I'm glad that Atari are back in some way, shape, or form. But that's my own personal opinion. There's a lot of other Atari fans I've seen out there that are saying that this isn't the same Atari and it won't be the same. But that's their opinion. But then I've heard very upbeat and positive people, and I'm on the side with them that this is fucking great. Atari are awesome, they're back. I'm on that side of the fence, but the people that are running Atari aren't the same people that ran it back in the day. But see, it's different. In my opinion, it's different with a video game company because they're making games and they're making consoles. Anyone can manufacture these things and design them. They're engineers. These are geniuses. That are making these things. So it's different than a band, I guess. I don't know. But these are just my opinions. I'm just speaking about how I personally feel about Atari, and like, I'm just so happy that they're back in some way. They're back, when they're making, Atari Flashback Classics. They're making the Atari Blaze handheld. They're coming out with the Atari VCS. They're doing very well. According to the Atari CEO, Atari is not in debt anymore, and they're actually making money and doing a lot very good, which is awesome. But the main thing is the video games. Like, I would love it if Atari would take top spot. I hope they do. But I just can't see it happening. I'd love to see it happen, but I'm sort of in the middle here. I want to be on the side. I am on the positive side of things. So that's it. Um. So yeah. Getting back to my hobbies. We could talk about Atari all day. Like, I've made loads of videos about Atari because I'm passionate about it. I love Atari, and we'll continue to do so. July 2019. That's when we'll have my Atari VCS. And I believe it's gonna happen, even though I have no concrete proof. I've got my receipt from Indiegogo, and when we pre-ordered it May 30th of 2018, it said July 2019. That hasn't changed. Atari have confirmed that it'll be releasing to backers July 2019. So we just gotta hope nothing happens in the post or anything like that. People are saying there's gonna be delays. We'll wait and see what happens. I'm just really excited, but I'm nervous at the same time. Because I really I don't want to be disappointed. Because I really want this to succeed. Because I love Atari, like I said. I just don't want to be disappointed. But if it happens, I'm gonna take it on the chin and just go with it. Mainly because I've been disappointed in the past before, so I know what to expect. So I'm not gonna let it get me down. Life goes on. That's my message to anyone out there that loves Atari just as much as I do. I mean, if you have never been disappointed, I'm happy for you. I wish I never was, but I was. So I'm happy for you. Stay happy. I hope nothing ever disappoints you. That's a possibility. But for me, I've been disappointed a lot of times. In the past when it comes to Atari. You know, like the Atari 5200, I was disappointed with that. Just for me, it just wasn't good enough. I saw no need for this system, but Atari brought it out because they felt um, competition and they panicked from the ColecoVision and the Intellivision, but they panicked, the Atari 1500 like had a faulty controller and it was huge and it was just terrible in my opinion. I wish it was great, but it wasn't. I was disappointed with that. Pac-Man. When Pac-Man was announced for the Atari 2600, I nearly lost my shit, because Pac-Man was the best video game in the arcade, and when Atari said it's coming out with the 2600, fucking awesome. But the game, when it came out, it was rushed. It wasn't anywhere near the arcade version, so it was disappointing. It's still playable, but it's just not it's just not as good as what it should have been. And Atari knew that, but it sold loads, but a lot of them were refunded. Um, so yeah, it's just, but Miss Pac-Man came out after, and that was perfect. That would, like that was Atari's apology, but the damage had been done, especially to hardcore Pac-Man fans. But that's my opinion. The game is still playable, but it's just not good. Then E.T. Based on the movie, it was just terrible. A confusing mess. At least Pac-Man was playable and enjoyable to some degree. E.T. was just confusing. You just fall down pits, you get out, you fall back down fucking pits, you collect pieces of a phone or whatever it is. I think that's the point, the objective of the fucking game is the phone home, E.T.'s phone home, I guess. Yeah, I think that's right. But these were all these were all failures and disappointments, and it killed Atari. When Atari, so they're just all my opinions. you know, um, I think the Atari VCS will come out, and I think it'll do good enough. It won't take top spot from Xbox or PlayStation, but it'll give them something to think about. It'll be a rival. So I'm looking forward to it. More options, more things to play. So they're all my opinions, and like I said, I'm just passionate about it. And them bands that I mentioned, if anyone out there is interested in listening to the music, I'd highly recommend listening to them bands. The great thing about Spotify and stuff, you can just listen to it while you're playing your Xbox. I always listen to them when I'm playing games. You know. So yeah, and if you're interested in football, Manchester United are the best football team in the world, in my opinion. Support, even though I'm Irish, I support them. I just love them. Because a lot of classic Irish players play for Manchester United. And besides that, they're just an awesome team. I just love them. That's me. Um. So thanks for watching. If you're watching, they're just some of my other hobbies. If anyone's interested or if anyone cares, I'd like to hear what anyone out there likes, what are your hobbies, what else are you into, what are your opinions on things. If you want to give an opinion, freedom of speech. So thanks very much, and I'll see you all later. Take care, bye bye.